So with the assembly completed from last week, our next step is to do the exploded view. And in the directions, there's an example of a way that it can be done, but this is not necessarily the way that it has to be exploded. You may choose to do it a different way. I do like the fact that they've only exploded one of the corner guide blocks and some of the pieces. There'd be a lot of pieces to pull off of this, and it's going to look kind of cluttered. So just doing the one, I think, would be sufficient for what we're doing here. So to do this in Inventor, I'm going to start a new presentation file. For them, I want to create a view. I'm going to search for my assembled Trammel toy, which we completed last week, and then I'm going to hit OK. So it brings this onto my graphics window display. I'm going to use tweak components then to move the different pieces or to explode this view. When I click on tweak components, the next step is to identify which piece I want to move and then which direction. So in this case, I may move multiple pieces at the same time. So even though I'm selecting the corner guide block, I can also select the other components that I want to move at the same time. It has the right direction, but I can switch directions if I want to. So in this case, I'm going to be moving in this direction, and I can set a distance. So I'm going to try 5. 5 looks good. If I'm happy with that, I hit the check mark. Next step then would be to move the other 4 pieces that are inside this a little bit farther up. Right, so I do the process again. And if I happen to select something that's round and it's pointing like down as far as the direction it's moving in, I would just put a negative number for the distance that I want it to move. Right, so instead of going down, I want it to go up. It's going to be a negative number, let's say negative 2 inches. Okay. They may not be far enough because of the fact that it's still overlapping the corner guide block. So let me try like negative 3. Yeah, that's looking better. I may even want to move the other piece in the back a little bit farther up. So I'm going to tweak the component one more time to move this piece in the back. Again, it's going to be a negative number to go up. So let's say negative 1. So it's a little bit farther up. I also want to bring out the 2 slide blocks, the screws, the pins, the knob, and the other parts of this object so that I can see each of these components. And when I do, I'm going to get something that looks like this. Okay. I used the directions as my template for doing this process, but again, you don't have to do it exactly the same way. Do it like this, you're going to have multiple tweaks. Like this screw was tweaked to move up to the right and then up again, so it took multiple steps. It can be done that way, but it doesn't have to be. I do want to be able to see each of the components. Once I finish the exploded view, I want to save that. I'm going to put together my drawing sheet. So I'll open up my title block. There's only going to be 2 sheets in this title block. The first one is going to have my assembled Trammel toy. And I want to do this, I did it at 3/4 scale to get it to fit. I did the top, front, right, and back, bottom, left. So I want to see the 6 views of my assembly. And then on the second sheet is going to be my exploded view. So what we just built, I brought that onto the drawing sheet. I added the parts list. On the parts list, I removed the description and added material instead. And then I added the balloons. When I'm done with this, I want to save this as a PDF, save as, save copy as, change the file extension to PDF. Make sure that you click on the options, and then in the options you include all sheets. That way it's going to make a PDF with those sheets in it, and I'll save that. When I'm done, you may want to check that both sheets are there. I'm happy with this, and I'm going to upload this for project 8.18 Trammel toy on the LMS. I'm going to give you between now and Wednesday to get the exploded view and the drawing sheets done and submitted, and then we'll move on to the next activity.